Hey Gemini, Elsie here to do your reading. I am here in my bathing suit, so you're going to have to deal with that. And yeah, I'm just here to give you a reading. I'm really sorry I couldn't get to it the first half of July, but things have been very busy here. I run multiple businesses, and so I do what I can. And what I can do is come here and give you a really good reading for the second half of July. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, that being said, I just got a new deck of cards. So you, Gemini, are the first ones I'm using this new deck of cards on. It is called the Oracle of the Fairies. And really beautiful depictions, really beautiful stories on the cards. We're going to go with the stories on the cards. I just got them. They were just delivered this morning. So we're going to go with the stories that are on the cards, and I'm going to use some intuition. We are also going to be using... I did get another deck of cards called the Super Attractor, and I really love the Super Attractor. I'm going to use these at the end of the reading. These ones are the Oracle of the Fairies. I'm going to use these at the end of the reading for additional information, but for the overall, I'm going to use two of these, the Divine Energy Oracle, and I'm going to be using the Super Attractor card too. I'm going to take... maybe I'll take two Super Attractors and one from the other deck. All right. Okay, so that's what we're here to do. We're here to do a reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Gemini, and that is for the last half of July. And as I've said before, you know, you guys, I do come here sometimes late and do the readings, but you know, I mean, if you've seen readings before, you know that time is fluid, not linear. So you know that these readings could be predictions if they haven't happened yet. Even if it is the 15th of July and you see the reading at that time, and it was supposed to be for the first half of July, you know, time is fluid, and divine timing is real. So divine timing happens when it should happen, and so that doesn't, you know, the spirit depends on me to give you the messages, but when they happen, it's really up to spirit and not up to me. I'm just the channel. So I'm here to do your reading, and we are going to start off with the Super Attractor deck. And I don't think I've even shuffled these yet. They're so new. I just got these in with the other ones today. So we're going to ask for two cards from this deck for you. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Oh, by the way, if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. Thank you for coming back and watching always. That's why I do these readings. And if you are someone who's new, I hope that you'll consider hitting the subscribe button, the bell button to the right of the subscribe button, so I can notify you when I have new uploads. And I hope that you'll give a thumbs up to one of my videos if anything here on the site does resonate with you. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be this reading that resonates with you. It could be something that's been on the site for months that is now coming forward for you. Drop the card. Right. So something that could be coming forward for you that happened on the site here months ago. Okay, so don't stick yourself into a 2-week time frame, please. All right, let's ask for two cards, please. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. There's one sticking out there. One more. Good. All right, so the first one says, as soon as I choose to see the light in dark corners, I redirect my power toward what I want. So I feel, Gemini, I feel like there's going to be a change coming up in your life. So I feel like you've been backed into a dark corner, and it is time for you to move forward and know exactly what is going to, and redirect your power toward what it is that you want. So if you've been stuck in a situation for a long time, in a relationship, in a job, you know, something like that, then you might want to redirect your power toward what you want. This one says, when I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. So I think that this one is asking you to connect with spirit, either in meditation or in manifestation, and to connect with the spiritual realm, right? And then we have this deck here, and I'll take one from here. One card for Gemini. Reflect on your truth. So it's time to take a good look in the mirror, Gemini. What have you been doing with your time? What have you been doing with, with yourself? Are you happy in the way you're living your life and what you're doing? Are you lonely? Are you sad? Are you in a relationship where you feel alone? Maybe you are looking too hard for a relationship, because when you look too hard, it's not going to come to you, because it is divine timing. So it's really not you that should be doing the looking. It is actually spirit that should be doing the looking. All right. I'm going to, for the reading itself, I'm going to be using the good old trusty gilded tarot, and then I'm going to clarify with the universal Celtic tarot, and we will go forward that way. I'm now going to pull you down. Hopefully you don't get too seasick when I turn things around so you can see. All right, here we go. There we go. I think we're good. Good. Okay. Yeah, I think we are good. There we go. Okay. So I do have to call in some help. I haven't prayed over these cards yet, so if you'll just give me a moment to do that. I'm asking for help from Archangel Michael, Archangel Shemuel. I do need some guidance and some understanding in this reading for our Gemini folks, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I'd also like to ask the attendance of gods and goddesses and of my angels and guides. And if I could please have these holders of the pure white light to bless me, so I will be safe as I open up a channel of spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for all the beautiful gifts you've given me, and for this gift you've given me here to share with our Gemini friends. I ask you please to give me messages for their highest good. I thank you every day for being in my life. Okay, here we go. We are going to split these here. Got one here. Alright, here we go. We're going to pick 9 cards. 9 cards, please. There's one. We are starting with the 6 of Pentacles. Oh, we've got one here. We're starting, or the second card is the 7 of Cups. We've got the 8 of Wands. We've got some boxed cards. We've got the Magician, the World, the King of Cups, the Emperor, the 8 of Cups, and the Empress. Thank you. And the energy we're starting with is the 4 of Cups. So it looks like somebody here that I'm reading for today here is feeling as though if they don't keep their eye on the prize, that they could be missing an opportunity. So I feel like you've been staring at that opportunity for a while, Gemini. That you're looking straight at it. It's being offered to you, this emotional start, this emotional opportunity is like it's being handed to you. The universe is handing it to you, and you are not you're not taking it. Well, I wouldn't say you're not taking it. I would say you have not yet decided if you are taking it. But things do work out in divine timing. Things do work out when they're supposed to work out. So I'm not going to be too hard on you for not taking the opportunity just yet, because I have a feeling that you will know when it is time to take the opportunity. I'm just trying to get you a decent, okay. You do have a decent look here. Okay, so the first place that I like to go, we can read from past, present, future, past, present, future. I like to read all the way around because we don't want to exclude anybody, right? I'm just going to give the whole reading based on past, present, future, and then whatever else is going on around. But the first place I always like to start is the World. Is the center of everything here. So the center of everything that's going on in your life here, Gemini, it's looking like you're closing an old chapter. So something that has been going on in your life for quite some time, and you are someone who is who has been pushed into a dark corner, and it's time for you to emerge. It's time for you to redirect your energy and your power towards something that'll make you happy. So I believe that the reason that you're closing this chapter is because it was painful. So that is, closing the chapter is about learning a karmic lesson. So if you have learned the karmic lesson, congratulations. And if this is a new start for you, you will know who you are. Those who this resonates with, this new start here, those who this resonates with, those of you it resonates with, I don't know how many times I can say that, you are going through closing an old chapter and opening of a new. Okay, so what I see in the past is we have Six of Pentacles. So Six of Pentacles is about things being even, right? Things coming into, things being even. Also, it can be about pentacles, so it could be a divvying up of money. It could be you have left a relationship and now you're waiting for the development of getting your part of the assets out of the relationship. So we have here the opportunity to make sure things are fair. So this is about reciprocity, and when there is reciprocity, I always say in a relationship it's 100%. It's not 50-50, you guys. When you decide that you're going to give reciprocity to someone, you make sure that you are giving as much as you are receiving. And in order to do that, though, you do have to reflect on your truth, right? You do have to reflect on who you are. Do you exactly want to give them what you feel they have put into the relationship only, or do you want to make sure that that person is taken care of financially? Going forward, we have the Seven of Cups, and so after the splitting of assets, as I see it, that's how I'm feeling it as well. After the splitting of assets, I feel as though there was a lot of opportunities, that you kind of opened up a world of opportunities for yourself. So I feel like the Gemini I'm speaking with is probably in a breakup of a relationship, and you decided that you were going to move forward after the splitting of your finances or of the things that you have accumulated with your partner, and then you decided to move on. And when you moved on, you realized that there was way more out there in the world for you, Gemini, than you really realized. So the Seven of Cups is about having a lot of opportunity in love and passion, in work, in money, all kinds of things. So when we have the Seven of Cups here, the Seven of Cups can also be a little bit of confusion, right? It can be a little bit of anxiety, only because you are someone who now went from being in a one-on-one relationship to the opportunities that are endless for you, really. So you've kind of skipped into the dating world, and you've realized that that sometimes when you are in a relationship and it does stay stagnant for so long, that you realize once you move out of that energy, that stagnant energy, that a whole new world opens up for you. And I believe this opened up pretty quick. And once people heard that you were single, I believe that people began to message you, see how you are, how is everything going, and maybe even a few people passionately messaging you to find out if you are available and into dating already. I do believe, though, that you manifested this. This is the current energy here. So I believe that you did manifest this closing of the world. You did manifest this closing of the world. You got tired of the same old thing. Things weren't going well. I feel like the Gemini that I'm speaking with, I feel like this might be in your rising sign. I don't know if it's your sun sign, but if it's resonating with you, of course, it could be either, right? What you did manifest the closing of this relationship, and whether you're female or male, I believe that what you really want is just someone who's deeper. Like, you felt as though you were in a relationship that was with someone who was very shallow. So they were all about buying things, they were all about spending money. And although I feel like the person I'm speaking with had the money to spend, it wasn't as though this person was spending you into the poorhouse or anything. I feel like this this King of Cups represents, the person that you want to meet, the person that you want to go to is someone who is deep and emotionally available, and someone who will listen to you, someone who will help you through a hard time, rather than someone who will make things hard for you, right? And just continue to buy things to try and I'm seeing somebody filling a hole in a bucket with tar. So I feel as though the person that you were with had a hole in their heart, perhaps, or a hole in their life. I don't know what the bucket represents. I guess it does. Okay, so this person, a bucket of water, right? The King of Cups. We are, or in my mind, what I see is that someone was, had a hole in their life. They didn't know who they were. They just kept trying to fill that bucket with things and stuff, rather than paying attention to you and coming to you and talking things out. I think that person rather decided to be addicted to shopping, to try and fill up the hole that's in their heart. So in the future here, what I see is that you, Gemini, have come out. Maybe you have Aries in your chart somewhere, but that you have come out as someone who is now taking control. You've decided that I've sat around long enough, waiting for him to make up his mind, waiting for her to make up their mind, waiting for the other person to make up their mind about what you were doing in your life. You've decided now that you are going to take control, and if you do have Aries in your chart, this could quite literally be you. This is a major arcana card. The Emperor is something that you can't change, along with the World and the Magician. These are all major arcana cards. These are cards that are dropped in your that are dropped by Spirit into your reading, because you need to stay on your divine path. And the way to stay on your divine path is by listening to Spirit. Now, I'm looking at this card here again. It says, when I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance. Clear direction, and great wisdom. So I feel like the Gemini that I'm speaking with right now is someone who is going through a big change in their life, someone who is, learning about the spiritual realm, someone who is finally realized that when they manifest, things do start to happen in your life. Thoughts do become things, you guys. So the Emperor, then, I feel like the Emperor, then you take the Emperor energy, you take control of what's going on finally, instead of waiting for it to come to you, and you decide to walk away. You decide to take control, like the Emperor would. The Emperor is in control of the empire, and he meets with all of the kings to make sure that their kingdoms are all in order. He is the Emperor, so he is the commander of the empire. So the kings all get information from him. And so you've decided to walk away. I think it was your intuition that told you to finally do this. And although I feel like the person I'm speaking with is saying, oh, but I'm not intuitive, we all are, you guys. We all are very intuitive. Everyone here that's watching today, that ever clicks on this video, will know, or should know, that we all have the ability to be intuitive. We all have a gut feeling. So many times I hear people tell me stories about, they decided to take a different way home this time rather than the usual way, and unfortunately on the usual way home there was an accident, a terrible accident. So that is your gut feeling, and if you listen to that gut feeling will never steer you wrong. So I believe your gut feeling, you finally connected to Spirit, you're finally in the spiritual realm, and you have now decided that with, you've got the hang of manifestation, and now you're going to try meditation and connecting with your intuition to get some clear direction and some wisdom from Spirit. The Six of Pentacles, of course, being even, and I believe that you manifested this splitting of the assets, you manifested this relationship to be over, and then you manifested also the taking of control. The Magician is Major Arcana, and so is the Emperor. So I believe these were two really big steps in your life. The Seven of Cups, lots of opportunity, and because you saw a lot of opportunity, you decided it was time to close the old chapter and move on your way. Keep moving. Eight of Cups. You know, the Eight of Cups, some of them are kicked over, some of them don't really have any emotion left in them, so you decided to leave behind the 8 and go to look for the 2. And then we have here the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is fast-moving energy, and fast-moving towards the person who has your King of Wands energy, or sorry, King of Cups energy. So that may be female or male. It doesn't matter. We're not reading genetics here. We are not reading gender. We are reading energy. So whoever you know, I feel it like it's someone that you already know, that you decided that you are going to go to that person because you require the depth of conversation, the depth of romance, the depth of love. You require depth in your life after living a life of being quite shallow with your person. And so you then connected to the universe. Now the thing is that the Empress is Taurus, and you could be connecting to a Taurus, you could be connecting to an Aries, you could be connecting to someone who is a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. You could also be connecting to someone who is energy, grounded energy, which is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So it really doesn't matter their sign. Really what matters here is the energy. So let's go ahead and clarify some here. Angels and guides, we do need clarification, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Gemini. All right, here we go. Six of Pentacles, please. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Too many. Why is the Six of Pentacles here, please? Six of Pentacles. Why is the Six of Pentacles here, please? Six of Pentacles is here because of the Fool. You decided that you were going to split those assets and then you were going to carry along the way. First, you would go into hermit mode, the Hanged Man, trying to see any way that you could make this easier for everyone else. And unfortunately, it is what it is, Gemini. You had to carry on regardless. Things were done. You needed to carry on to your 10 of Pentacles. You needed to have more abundance in your life, not only money, but abundance in love, abundance in just happiness in general. And then we have the King of Swords, and you did that by speaking up, by speaking your truth, by getting a lawyer. King of Swords can be a lawyer, getting a lawyer and deciding to get this thing on the way because you could no longer hang out the way you were. I think you were losing power, and you felt that. You were losing power in your life. You were giving that power over to someone else. Why is the Seven of Cups here, please? Seven of Cups is here because of the Three of Cups. So one of the things that you want in your life is more happiness, more celebration. I don't believe this is a third-party connection, or it could be. I mean, for somebody who's watching and is in that situation, or became or ended up, maybe you found out you were in that situation. But I have a feeling the person that I'm connecting with here is really happy because of the opportunities that are coming up here. So we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is someone who's learning newly in passion. Page of Wands is also about good news. So you are happy, you are moving along the way, and you are learning how to be passionate again, because I believe the passion was probably lost in the relationship you were in. You are off to find your absolute happiness, the 10 of Cups, absolute apex happiness, right? You do now, because you're alone, you got a lot of things to juggle. So it could be the kids, the job, the finding of a new house. We have the Page of Swords here, and the Page of Swords is learning how to speak up, is learning about language, is learning about how to speak. Page of Swords is also someone who is watching you on social media, or perhaps you are watching someone else. And what you find out there does put you into a tower. So this person here, this King of Cups energy, could be someone who you're keeping track of online. And if this is someone that you wished to get together with, maybe that person is no longer available. And so that really threw you into a tower. The Eight of Wands, please. Why is the Eight of Wands here? Eight of Wands. Too many. Eight of Wands, please. Why do we have the Eight of Wands? And why are you throwing so many cards at me? Jeez. Okay. Eight of Wands. So we have the Eight of Wands here, which is fast-moving energy. I do believe the person I'm connecting with here for this general reading is someone who is getting people messaging them saying, oh my God, I didn't think you guys would ever break up. I didn't, I'm really sorry this happened. Some of them are doing that. Others are saying, hey, are you single? And then we have the Two of Swords, and you're kind of not sure how to take this information. You're not sure if you want to tell them that you're ready to date. You're not sure. You're kind of Two of Swords up in your head, stuck. Communication, connection isn't there yet. You're not really willing to talk to anybody. It is your hopes and dreams, though, to find somebody new, to find someone that you can date that will appreciate you, someone who is deep, who has depth. Again, we're looking at cups, right? Someone who has depth, someone you can speak with, someone who is smart, emotionally available. Why do we have the Magician here, please? The Magician is here because you've also manifested the wheel to turn in your favor here. So the wheel is now turning for you. And so, wow, Gemini, you have a lot on your plate. Wow. So the breaking up of a relationship, then you have all of these opportunities, which kind of really throws you into a state of panic, really. That's what the Tower is, I believe. And, knowing that you spent a lot of time in that relationship and it didn't work, now you're moving forward and not sure if you even want to date anybody or if you just want to spend the rest of the time alone. So we do have the Wheel. You have then manifested, I have a feeling it was unknowingly, you've manifested the wheel to turn in your favor. And I think that's why this World card ended up coming up right after. Why do we have the Magician here? What else has our Gemini been manifesting? The Seven of Swords. So you wanted the wheel to push forward because you were tired of being taken for granted. You were tired of being lied to. You were tired of living this shallow life that was filled with just buying things. And you just were tired of pretending that it was okay. Why is the World card here, please? Is the World card here? There we go. World card is here because of the King of Cups. Yeah. So we've got the two King of Cups here side by side, right? So we kind of knew coming out of the closing of this chapter that you were looking for someone who had way more depth. Yeah, and that's exactly what the World has confirmed here. You're looking for someone who has depth, who is kind. You're looking for someone who is charitable, financially stable, like the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe someone who is very grounded, earthy. Maybe it's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Maybe it's, I have a feeling, because the Empress is here, I have a feeling that it's someone you already know. So I think you're thinking about someone, maybe manifesting that person, the one that's financially stable, the one that's really doing well in their lives, the one that's charitable and helps people. I think you're done with being in this shallow life and it's time to add more depth. Why is the King of Cups here, please? The King of Cups is here because that's who you want a new start with. So regardless of whether it's female or male, the energy is of the King of Cups. You want more depth, more romance. We have the World card here. It's because, yeah, the Ace of Pentacles is here. You want a new start because you have closed this chapter. Seven of Cups is here. Again, you know, a lot of opportunity for you, but a lot of confusion, maybe a little bit of fear coming off the Tower yet that, you know, it was really hard to shake the things that happened in the Tower. And here with the King of Cups, we also have the Judgment card. So that tells me that you actually do know this person. You know this person who has depth and who is kind and generous and charitable and all of that. And I believe you're going to try to have a reconciliation. Even though the Tower, once you looked on the internet, you found that that person had already found a person. I think that the Tower is still, you know, rumbling through here and shaking you still a little bit. But I believe there's a reconciliation coming here. There's going to be a relationship that, not necessarily someone you dated in the past, but maybe a friendship that never took off as a relationship. Maybe you had feelings and you didn't show them because you were in this relationship here. But I do have Temperance. So right now what you are doing is you're trying to come in right. You're trying to find this person or talk to this person in, you know, a very balanced kind of environment. That's what you want to do. You're trying to come in kind, come in nice. Why is the Emperor here, please? Yeah, you want to be really convincing about this person. You want to come in right. You want them to say yes. You're going to try your hardest to get them to see your way of things. Why is the Emperor here? Right. The Emperor is here because you really want a new start in love. Yeah, in emotional love. You have, it's been a very long time and you have not been emotionally satisfied. So it's time for you to find someone who is as emotional as you, who's ready to, who's ready maybe to try out a little bit of passion. The Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands coming forward as well. Love and passion is what you're after. And I think you feel that this person is your soulmate. So we have the Lovers card here as well. So you are taking control of all of that. You've decided you're taking control of the Ace of Cups. You want this depth of love to start. You want this passion to arrive. And that you feel this person is your soulmate. So why is the Eight of Cups here, please? Why is the Eight of Cups here, please? Eight of Cups is here because of the Devil. Yeah, you decided that you were tired of being, feeling like you were not important in your relationship. You were tied to your spouse and or your partner, and you didn't want that anymore. You didn't want to feel tied. You wanted to be there because it was your choice, not because you felt like you couldn't get away. Anything else for the Eight of Cups, please? Eight of Cups is also clarified by the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, you really do want give and take. You want things, you want someone else to put in 100% and you're willing to put in 100%. So why do we have the Empress here, please? Empress. The Empress is here because of the Ace of Wands. You have a lot of passion. You're looking for a new start in passion here, and you are connecting to the universe to let them know that that's what you're after. It also could be that you're passionate about a Taurus as well. Anything else for the Empress? The Empress is someone who's super creative as well. She will create children. She will create a life. She will create something from nothing. And that is really indicative of Taurus. We have the Three of Swords. So you are wanting, no, sorry, it's a Five of Swords. So you are willing to win at any cost. It doesn't really matter who's in the way. If that person is dating someone, you don't care. You're willing to win over this person at any cost. You've been thinking about this for quite some time though, and you have decided that it is, instead of being stuck in the Eight of Swords up in your head, that it was time for you to move forward and get some justice. So you are maybe getting the divorce, separating from your person, and it is time for you to enjoy being alone. Now this is the Five of Pentacles, but in this deck, the Five of Pentacles is about finally having time for you. Finally, you can see how happy she is sitting, you know, she's perhaps connecting to spirit. The rain is falling on her, and she is just glad that she has time to spend with herself. So herself or his self. All right, so we have this new deck here, which is the Oracle of the Fairies, so we're going to ask for advice. Advice or any other information that you have, please, for our Gemini friends, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter until the end of July, please. We have ask for help. It says, angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. So while you're speaking to spirit in that manifestation mode, it is time for you to be okay with asking for help. It really is hard for some folks. In my past life, I always say my past life, but it was in this life, it was really hard for me to ask for help, just because I had been raised in such a way that it was considered weakness to ask for help, and not. I was raised very prideful. Okay, we have two more. You will flourish, Gemini. It says here, the lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. Then we have friendship. Yeah, great. So friendship says fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. So I feel like you knew this person, that they were your friend, Gemini, but something happened and you guys broke apart. And it may have been because you were in a relationship, you had some feelings for this person, and you knew that you couldn't be with this person. You had to give, the old college try at the relationship you did. It didn't work, and you know what? Sometimes it doesn't. I'm sorry that your heart was broken. The tower is really tough to deal with, but I feel like this that you are going to flourish when you ask for help from a friend. So if this person is your friend, then I suggest that you go ahead and find that person. And oops, you don't need to see my ceiling fan. Sorry. And yeah, seek out that person. Seek them out, that friendship that you had that you're missing. And that's the person that's going to be able to give you the information that you need in order to help you move forward. I have a feeling that that person is someone who will help you see the light in the dark corner. I was just looking at these cards here, these ones here, the super attractor and reflect on your truth and connect to the spiritual realm, right? And there we go. That's all. And that is your reading for the last half of July or thereabouts. This may resonate for you earlier or later than that. Again, sorry I didn't get the reading done, you guys, but sometimes things sort of back up on me, and I run 3 businesses, so sometimes it's just expedient that I get those things done. So thank you so much for hanging out, and don't forget to look down in the description, because I do have information about GELMOMENT, about gel nails, if you are interested in doing that for yourself. I really think it's something I do for myself. I used to go and get my nails done a lot because I thought that was something I was doing for myself, and I was, but I really love doing it for myself. It's really very therapeutic and very meditative. It's meditative, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks very much, Gemini. Bye-bye.